Yeah, what's so bad? Yeah, what's so bad? I have to do Sylvester Stallone person in this video because, it's a Sylvester Stallone movie. I'm afraid! The first day of my life, I'm afraid. Rainbow Lost Blood.
Alright, I'll stop doing my Sylvester Stallone impression, guys. I promise you. So, Rambo Last Blood is the 5th Rambo movie in the First Blood franchise, and this movie, of course, stars Sylvester Stallone returning as the famous movie hero, John Rambo. Basically, this is about John Rambo basically relaxing now. He's retired as a soldier. He's living in his dad's old house until he has no choice but to stop the huge, gigantic Mexican cartel. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of action movies about cartels. Like, can you do something new for a change? So basically, yeah, I am a fan of the Rambo movies. First Blood is a classic. I love that movie. I enjoy that movie so much. And yes, First Blood Part 2 and 3, they're just cheesy, dumb, fun action movies. But Sylvester Stallone are the best part of those movies. If Sylvester Stallone isn't John Rambo, it wouldn't be as iconic as it's supposed to be. The 4th Rambo that came out in 2008 was actually honestly unappreciated. I honestly really enjoyed that movie. If I could rank that Rambo movie, I would put it in my second, with First Blood, of course. Nothing can top the First Blood, because that movie was a classic. But I don't know what to think about Last Blood. A lot of people were very mixed on it. So I don't know what to think of Rambo Last Blood going in, because I am a fan of Rambo, but I'm worried this is going to be one of those movies that kind of ruins its franchise once and for all, and it's exactly what it turned out to be. Rambo Last Blood is really disappointing, and I expected much more better from this movie. Don't get me wrong, I would say, is this movie entertaining? Yes. For the most part, it is an entertaining generic action movie. But with generic action movie, that's what this movie basically is. It felt like a generic action movie that we've seen many times before. But the thing about this movie is let's make it a Rambo movie to get fans more excited and see more generic action movies like this. That's what Last Blood basically felt like to me. It felt like they're just making a generic action movie that we've seen many times before. They're probably not playing it to make it a Rambo movie, but they're thinking, you know what, let's get more people to see it. Let's make it as a Rambo movie and put Sylvester Stallone in it. Is that okay? And yeah, sometimes it didn't turn out as I wanted it to be, because I didn't like this movie that much. I would say there are 2 really good positives with this film. First, of course, the action. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's brutal. Actually, I would say this is probably the most brutal out of the Rambo movies, which that's a good thing. But it's just in the wrong movie, basically. Also, of course, Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo is still the John Rambo that we love from the franchise. I love Sylvester Stallone, and he was great in this movie still. He's old, but he's still a freaking badass in this entire movie. But the biggest problem of this movie is that it wasn't as action-packed as I wanted. The other Rambo movies are definitely action-packed, fun movies. This movie didn't feel like that. It felt like they're trying to make a Logan ripoff. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like it's Logan, but with John Rambo. And that could be interesting, but it wasn't, because this movie is so slow to get to the point of what we wanted in this entire movie. When you call a movie an action movie, it's supposed to be action-packed, it's supposed to be exciting. But we don't really get that in Rambo Last Blood. We get more of Rambo discovering his past and how to live out the past. Also, he has this person that lives with him, and he also has a niece in the film. And honestly, I wasn't interested. I just wanted more action in this film, because the dialogue and the storyline just wasn't as interesting. They did so much of introducing different characters, especially they introduced so much of a cartel in the movie, and I just thought they're not interesting as villains either. They just took generic action movie stereotypes and just put it as a Rambo movie, and I just think that's not good. That's not how you make a Rambo movie. And that's the thing about this movie, that this movie doesn't really felt like a Rambo movie that we know and love from all the 4 movies. The 4 Rambo movies are just fun, cheesy action movies that just knows exactly what it is. This movie took itself way too seriously in a lot of scenes of this movie. It just felt like Home Alone 3 for me. Not as bad as that movie, but it just doesn't feel the same as the first 2 Home Alone movies. You know where I'm going there. You know what I'm talking about with Last Blood. And also, this movie was kind of a rip-off of other movies as well. It ripped off Home Alone, especially from the 3rd act when Rambo puts booby traps. And that's definitely the most entertaining aspect of Last Blood. But it just felt like we're watching Home Alone with John Rambo. Also Taken as well, because there's a character in the movie that John Rambo has to like fine, and I just felt like that's like Taken, basically. It's Taken and Home Alone mashed in together in a Rambo movie. And yeah, this movie wasn't as great as I wanted it to turn out to be, which is really sad. I expected a lot more from this movie. This movie was still entertaining. The action was really fun. It was entertaining. It was brutal. That's what I wanted, but I just wish we had more of that because the story of this movie wasn't as interesting as we wanted and it turned out to be. Guys, I would say you probably should skip Rambo Last Blood. If you know you're a huge Rambo fan, I'm a huge Rambo fan, and I'm a little bit let down with Rambo Last Blood. I'm going to give Rambo Last Blood a C-. So guys, that is my review for Rambo Last Blood. What you guys think of this movie? Let me know in the comments below if you like the movie, hate the movie, or thought it's disappointing. Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter. Keep contacting me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notified for my latest reviews, and
Have a nice day.